Is it possible that your perspective might be off? Let me explain. So, my husband took me with him to see lighthouses in Rhode Island. And we went to one area of Rhode Island to a park. We walked out on this little piece of something, sand, and saw a lighthouse. It was amazing. And we made sure that the tide didn't come in on us. So we left there, went around to the other side, and went to this other lighthouse. And we looked up. We saw a lighthouse, beautiful. And then we looked over to the side and we saw this little lighthouse in the water. Well, how about we kept trying to figure out, well, what's the name of the lighthouse in the water? Little did we know that the lighthouse in the water was the same lighthouse we had seen from the other side. I mean, we drove for at least 35, 40 minutes to get to the other side of town, but we never figured out that by boat we could have seen both lighthouses. Okay, so this is a long story, but I want you to examine your life. I want you to examine what you're doing right now. What are you working on? Is it something related to your personal life? Is it something related to your ministry, your relationship with the Lord? Is it something related to your finances? Is it something related to your relationship with your mate, your children? I want you to really write down this week what you're working on. I want you to sit with it, and I want you to determine, is it possible that I have been looking at this situation all wrong? I had a personal situation, business situation, and one of my mentors started asking me some real good questions about what I would like to do. And as she asked me these questions, I recognized that while I've been answering these questions, and maybe I am afraid to ask myself hard questions about what I would like to do next and how I would like it to look. Be careful if people are telling you what you should be doing and how you should be doing it. That's reserved for our relationship with the Lord. Whoever that is for you, each of us have been created for purpose. And so that purpose is going to be fulfilled. And if you are uncomfortable in something, it doesn't mean that you can leave your current position today. It doesn't mean that you get to leave your marriage or your relationship, or not take proper care of your children, or not pay your bills. But what I am saying is, I want you to ask hard questions about your perspective. Is it possible that sitting with your accountability, your therapist, a good friend, someplace where it's safe to ask these hard questions so that it can stir in you the right answers? And what I mean by the right answers, leading you to your purpose. It may be listening to the right podcast of someone talking about something. It could be that ministry that you listen to or tune into each week. I don't know what it is for you, but I can tell you, sitting with my mentor today, actually asking me some hard questions based on what she heard from me. And this is something that I do for individuals who sit with me. You get to hear their heart. You get to hear some likes, some dislikes. Don't be afraid of them. Don't be afraid of them. Actually allow them to guide you to where you need to be. So if you're feeling uncomfortable in your current situation, sit down. Sit down with wise counsel. And as an old friend has reminded me in the past, the Bible tells us it's in a multitude of wise counsel. So please don't let one person sway you. Although there may be one person on your team that brings this up and brings it out of you, make sure that the stirring is actually helping you. Sit with it, write about it, see where it takes you, and leave me a comment. Consider sharing, liking, consider sending it to someone. I've been sitting in on a webinar with Amy Porterfield this past week talking about starting digital courses, and it stirred some things in me. So you don't know what that thing is for you. So whatever that thing is for you that you're considering, doesn't mean that it's right for you. It just means it may be, and she mentioned this may be the tool, the resource that stirs you enough to get your passions flowing again, get you dreaming again, and get you to consider to make a step in the right direction. I hope this has been helpful. Be well, take care of yourself, and remember, we can do this.